Somewhere in the heart of San Francisco, there is a modern office that used to matter. The motivational wall decals are still up, the espresso machine is plugged in, but the desks are cleared and the people are entirely gone. Between 2022 and 2024, venture capital poured $300 billion into AI startups. This massive mobilization of capital allowed founders to raise tens of millions of dollars before writing a single line of production code. Then, one by one, these companies started going dark. The AI gold rush ended because the industry's basic assumptions about where value lived turned out to be wrong. To understand the collapse, you have to look at what these startups actually built. The industry coined a term for them: wrapper startups. They built no underlying models and held no proprietary data. They simply rented an API key, usually from OpenAI, wrapped a user interface around it, and raised millions. This diagram illustrates their product architecture. You have a central intelligence provider, like OpenAI, in the middle, surrounded by dozens of paper-thin, identical outer rings. These rings represent the wrapper startups: AI legal summarizers, AI interior designers, AI writing tools. The math of renting a core product is fatal. Because you don't control the infrastructure, your profit margins compress the moment the central provider decides to raise their access prices. And then comes the terminal threat: getting Sherlocked. The moment OpenAI ships a native feature that does exactly what you charge for, your competitive advantage vanishes. Your startup loses its reason to exist. The wrapper problem was only the surface symptom. Underneath it, a specific kind of financial logic was setting these companies up for a fall. The blame does not rest solely on founders. We have to look at the investors writing checks. Terrified of missing out on the next massive tech giant, venture capitalists abandoned traditional filters. Due diligence compressed from months to weeks. Founders secured $100 million valuations with zero paying customers, armed with nothing but a slide deck and the words "first mover." Capital replaced the actual product. Companies burned through millions hiring rapid growth teams and signing premium real estate leases before they ever validated that a market wanted what they were building. Then the macroeconomic reality hit. Interest rates stayed high throughout late 2023. The easy money dried up. Suddenly, investors began asking the one question they skipped during the boom: where is the revenue? Without real enterprise customers to sustain them, these companies didn't pivot. They collapsed. Layoffs hit in massive waves of 50% and 80%, followed immediately by quiet shutdowns. Reckless funding explains the sheer speed of this crash, but it doesn't explain why companies with genuine proprietary technology went bankrupt right alongside the wrappers. Some startups did build original technology. They trained complex, proprietary models specifically targeting heavy industries like law, healthcare, and finance. But enterprise software adoption operates on a strict rule. It moves at the speed of trust. And by late 2023, corporate trust in AI was actively eroding. High-profile hallucination incidents in court filings, medical records, created massive liability concerns. Cybersecurity teams issued internal bans. Procurement departments refused to sign contracts. This chart tracks a startup's available cash against the time it takes to close an enterprise sale. When corporate hesitancy stretches a 6-month sales cycle into 24 months, the cash line plummets to zero, long before a single contract is signed. The technology was impressive in a controlled demo, but unpredictable in a live enterprise workflow, and large companies pay for dependability, not parlor tricks. Every major technological wave produces a graveyard. The dot-com crash of 2001 wiped out $900 billion, but that immense loss successfully funded the physical broadband cables that made the modern internet possible a decade later. The AI bubble followed the exact same pattern. The failed startups were the necessary cost of building the massive computational infrastructure we use today. AI models are now a utility. They are infrastructure, like electricity, and nobody builds a generational business simply by selling electricity. The startups surviving this crash share a distinct characteristic. They do not pitch AI. They exist in unglamorous, dirty industries. They target painful logistical bottlenecks where the technology operates quietly in the background, rather than the main attraction. They do not have viral social media demos. What they have are multi-year contracts, high retention rates, and customers who rely on them to function daily. The graveyard outside San Francisco is a testament to impatience. The founders who survived the collapse understood early on that building something real takes much longer than building something fundable.